Hi there. This is Through the New Testament in 1 Year. We are on day 53. Very short today for Saturday, which is good. And we'll get back about our business. Just 15 verses. Okay, we are finishing Mark 3. You remember yesterday in Mark 2, he had just finished choosing the 12 disciples. Okay? And all of them. There were only 5, and he chose the other 7. So let's finish this chapter. And he came home, and the crowd gathered into a house. They came into a house, and the crowd gathered again to such an extent that they could not even eat a meal. Yeah. When his own people heard of this, they went out to take custody of him, for they were saying, he has lost his senses. His own people. Oh, this is the wrong Bible. Okay, we're doing the English Standard, and that's the American Standard was one of the Bibles they used to make that was the King James. So English Standard Version is its own translation. So, okay, let's try this again. Then he went home, and the crowd gathered again so that they could not even eat. And when his family heard it, they went out to seize him, for they were saying, he's out of his mind. Right. And the scribes who came down, blaspheming against the Holy Spirit, right? And the scribes who came down from Jerusalem were saying, he's possessed by Beelzebul, and by the prince of demons he casts out the demons. That's blaspheming against the Holy Spirit, all right? And he called them to him and said to them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? If kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house is divided against itself, the house will not be able to stand. Yeah. And if Satan has risen up against himself and is divided, he cannot stand, but is coming to an end. But no one can enter a strong man's house and plunder his good unless he first binds the strong man. Then indeed he may plunder his house. Truly, truly I say to you, all sins will be forgiven the children of man, and whatever blasphemies they may utter. But whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit never has forgiveness, but he is guilty of an eternal sin, for they were saying he has an unclean spirit. Okay. Now, a lot of people worry about this, okay? It's not possible to blaspheme against the Holy Spirit now, okay? Jesus has to be present, okay? And you were accusing Jesus of working through Satan, okay? And there's a lot of studies on that you can look up. There is no unpardonable sin now, all right? Jesus' mothers and brothers. And his mother and his brothers came, and standing outside, they sent to and called him in. Now remember, his brothers didn't believe until quite a while, a long time into it. Then his brother John actually was a believer. But okay. And his mother and his brothers came, and standing outside, they sent to him and called him. And a crowd was sitting around him. And they said to him, your mother and your brothers are outside seeking you. And he answered, who are my mother and my brothers? And looking about those who sat around him, he said, here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of God, he is my brother and sister and mother. At that time. Some manuscripts add, and your sisters. Because he had sisters too. I think he had 5 or 6. I think he had 2 sisters and 3 brothers, or something like that. There you go. See, that was the whole thing. Tomorrow we're going half of Matthew 4. So, but today was kind of important because he did talk about blaspheming against the Holy Spirit as an unforgivable sin, right? And you use the Holy Spirit to cast out demons, okay? And Jesus used the Holy Spirit to cast out demons, and they were accusing him of using the devil to cast out demons, okay? That is blaspheming against the Holy Spirit, okay? Accusing the devil of doing the Holy Spirit's work, okay? Now, it's said by some that this isn't possible today because Jesus is not physically with us doing these things, so we can't be using it. I mean, you study that yourself. We may do a study sometime, against blaspheming against the Holy Spirit. I had done it before, and that's how I learned what I did. But So there you have it. That's day 53. Like I said, these are short studies, just 5 or 10 minutes, and it'll get longer as it goes on, and we get into some of the letters and stuff, and really tear into some of the verses. But until then, we'll have fun doing the short, and we'll go through the whole New Testament in a year. So until tomorrow, we'll do it again. See ya.